The time I got to Impoppable, I finally figured out how to say Nazca Lines. I'm pretty sure I've been calling it Nazarene Lines for the past like 3 or 4 videos. So probably 3 videos because I just did easy, medium, hard. Now I'm on Impoppable. You got one life. It's by far the most difficulty that I've had to deal with thus far. I think somebody mentioned in my comment section a little while ago that there's actually like kind of like a secret hidden like expert mode. I can't remember what it was called. I can't remember off the top of my head anyway. I'm a little bit tired. It's about 2:25 in the morning for me here in Canada, Eastern Standard Time. So not that that matters. Hopefully nobody's trying to find me. Why the hell? Nobody's even fucking watching this. So like, it's funny, because I'm really surprised, even for somebody like me who doesn't have very many subscribers. When you upload a video, it asks you to input the location, and luckily you can leave it blank, because I don't think anybody would upload any fucking videos if they had to actually put a location in. Because who really wants people to show up? You know, it's like, imagine I put my address into that location, and then people could like look at the address and was like, oh, he put his location in on this video. I'm gonna go check it out, and it's my fucking house. Be like, that's a disaster waiting to happen, you know? So I wonder how many times I say in these videos. Give me a count, running count for any avid viewers out there, long-term subscribers, people who are watching. Thank you for watching. I do want to say that from the bottom of my heart, guys, for real. Like, I do appreciate people watching, because like when I'm making these videos, I'm not actually like, I'm just trying to be in the moment, so more so than anything, and just like kind of express the things that come up in my head and think about stuff that I think about. Usually, it's a representation of stuff that I've recently thought about or discussed, with somebody in the real world, so not everything's super refined, and it's rough, I don't mind that. I think that it's probably it's like, it's appropriate most of the time. Most people don't get things super refined in their head before they say them, and like, oftentimes if you say something that's half cooked, people will let you know, that's a stupid idea, man. Like, don't be doing that shit. Yeah. Can't remember where I was going with all that. I wasn't going anywhere necessarily. I'm just fucking tired. But I want to make this last video here because I feel like I'm on a roll. So if it doesn't turn out well, then I'll just delete it and make another one another day. But I wanted to try this one today, so I'll see what you guys think. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm sitting here in my office. I don't know what else I got to say actually today. I might not have anything good to say. I might need to just stop making this video right now. But I do need to say thank you guys for watching. Probably seems insincere, eh? Like, how many people actually... How many... It's interesting, eh? Because on my side of it, when I say it, I'm definitely like being sincere about that, because I'm fucking blown away half the time. Like, if I get 10 viewers on this video, it's like 10 people. Well, I mean, retention and all that, but like, that means 10 people watch my shit. It's like, I don't know, just imagine like going outside. Imagine it was like a town square, and I just came and I set up a box and I start talking the same way that I'm talking now, but people gather around me and there's 10 people. That'd be pretty miraculous, wouldn't it? I think everybody would be pretty happy about that. If there were like 10 people are listening to me, now all of a sudden that person might feel inclined to say things that they don't necessarily believe, that like, there's going to be pressures that, because I mean, if the goal is to gain attention, which, I mean, for me, it's not necessarily the goal. Like, I kind of want viewers, I like the idea of having people watch my stuff, mainly because it just kind of gives me comfort in that I'm not alone out here. You know, there's other people that jive with some of the thinking that goes on for me. You know, you ever express a thought and then you realize you're alone in your thinking in that thought, and you're like, oh fuck, this sucks. Like, this is lonely. You know, a lot of the thoughts that I think they make me feel lonely sometimes unless I collaborate them with somebody else, say them to somebody, usually making them laugh because it's so ridiculous. I heard one guy the other day. He said a ridiculous thing, which, you know, I'm not a huge guy into conspiracy theories or anything, but he was talking about lizard people. He goes, "What do you guys think about the people in government being lizard people?" And it was like, "Whoa, bro, what are you talking about?" And I think I quickly said, like, it's unlikely but plausible. And it shut everybody else up. And he's like, no, I think I didn't actually think it's possible. I said it's possible. You know, it's unlikely, but it's possible. And it's like, I think it's just partially because anything's possible, but also in the world of politics and stuff and government, people need to be like shapeshifter. I don't mean shapeshifters like in terms of actual tangible, like a different type of animal. Like, you could be a human, but you have to be able to mold to your circumstances in order to maximize your outcomes. Like, we're all playing this like game called life. You know, there actually used to be a board game called the Game of Life, but like, we're actually playing it right now. If you're listening to this video or you're watching my Nazca Lines balloons game, you're in life. This is a game. You know, I don't mean a game in the sense of like, if you die, you don't respond. You know, as far as I know, I don't think we actually have reincarnation as a feature of this game. But I mean, like, the game of life is like, you know, just like a competition of like, what's going on? Shit's just going on, you know? And it's like, you could play video games, which is like, just emulates life. Or you could just go really fucking hard at playing life, you know? And like, you get to choose. You get to choose what you want, you know? People are not the best choosers. I think a lot of people just numb themselves out. I know that I've been doing that, you know, not so much recently. I've been working on myself quite a bit, but, you know, we all go through periods, right? And right now I'm going through a very good period of growth and development. And, you know, it's behind a door I didn't want to open. So I think that is true for the majority of people. You know, if you're scared shitless of something, overcoming that fear will probably do more for you than doing the easy things in your life. Just some life advice from Italian Ninja. If that helped you, if that hit you hard, subscribe. Nah. I mean, you can if you want. You don't have to. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I don't want to push anybody into doing anything. I don't want to be a pusher. You don't want like, could you imagine being the person that got like your friend into smoking weed, and then your friend ends up escalating from like weed into like, say, cocaine, and then goes from cocaine to like crack, and then from crack to heroin, and then, you know, they get some fentanyl in their heroin and they die, and it's like you were the first person to ever be like, "Hey man, you want to puff this joint?" Would you feel shit? Would you feel shitty? Like, so that's where I'm going with this. Is like, imagine I told somebody to subscribe, and they weren't into watching gaming stuff. They subscribe. They watch a couple of my videos, and they watch a couple other videos, and then their life, which was like, say they had a pretty good normal life. I don't know what that would be, you know, described as a good and normal life, because everybody seems to have pretty individual experiences from just about anybody I've talked to. I don't know anybody who's just like anybody else. Like, people are fucking complicated and finicky. So, as much as, you know, people want to say that there's an average, it's like, you can average people and You can find averages, but I would say it's in the best models we have seem to do a subpar job at that. So, you know, you could do it in specific ways, like, you know, like say for example, I think the best in psychology, the best the most studied thing in the most studied thing in psychology, as far as I know, is like IQ. And it's like, you know what the conclusion is? As far as I know, there's not much you can do about your IQ. Like if you have a low IQ, it's pretty hard to raise your IQ. But if you have a high IQ, it's also hard to raise your IQ. If you have a medium IQ, it's pretty hard to do anything about your medium IQ. You know, it just is what it is. That seems to be one that you're born with. You know, I don't know though. You know, and actually, I think IQ tends to go up to a certain point and then it drops. I'm not sure if it's like mid-20s or something like that. You know, I'm not exactly certain the reason of that, but again, these are all just me talking shit. If anybody's got actual facts or information, like, feel free to present it in the comments and I'll take a look at it and take a gander. Somebody's going to come up with some bullshit study that I'm going to read and be like, you got fucking 40 participants in this IQ study when we have millions of data points that people have congregated over like dozens of years, decades. Like, what a weird way to say that. Dozens of years. Dozens of years. That should be on a t-shirt. Dozens of years. Been dozens and dozens and dozens of years. My dad's always wanted to start a t-shirt business. And I've always advised him against it. Because I just don't think that there's a lot of money in it. You guys could debate me on that if you want. I've been fighting off that idea for 20 fucking years or longer. A lot of ideas that are like, you know, just, I don't know. I haven't made much progress with them either. My dad saying that, you know, he doesn't seem to he's just like, nah, well, you know, he thinks people will buy cheap t-shirts. And I'm like, yeah, but where are you going to get the cheap t-shirts? And he's like, well, you know, you get them. I'm like, yeah, who's making them? Like, you know, and how much are you buying them for? And how much are you selling them for? And how are you going to make any money if like, you got labor and all these other costs and expenses associated with it? So anyway, it's not a business I would want to be in. I think the businesses you want to be in are businesses of one. Business where you're the only category, pretty much. You know, new products. Now, I mean, you do get into interesting things if you're going to compete and just do things better. You know, better or faster. Like, you know, if you got into the business of making nails, but your nails were, you know, easier to hit in than other nails, and they were cheaper than other nails, it's like, well, now your value proposition's higher than other companies, right? It takes less force to nail in, and they're cheaper. Like, fuck, you know? It's like, interesting, you know? Pricing things are hard, you know? Money's a weird one, too. I fucking talk about it with just about everybody I can. And not like money, like, you know, in terms of, like, I mean, I will talk about like how much money I make and stuff too. It's not like I'm not shy about any of that. I also like I don't see it as like being humble or anything, but I think it's humbling to talk about those things with people because you get to like express where you're really at, you know? And I think everybody roughly knows where everybody else is at. Like if you just paid attention, right? You can kind of see based on people's like maybe their spending habits or how they live. You can see, and I think that a lot of people, they actually live above their means, right? Because they don't pay for things in cash. Everything's on credit. And I think that that's really hard on people. to purchase things on credit. I am not an advocate of that stuff at all. Financial literacy, I think, is a very acute skill that people need to hone, because I think it's important. It's probably one of the most important aspects of life. Just tooted. I don't know if anybody heard that, but I just wanted to call myself out on it, because we're all being honest here today, having a conversation about financial literacy. Got to break things up a little, toot. Anyway, yeah, I think financial literacy is extremely important. I think that that's a big separator for some of the people at the higher ends of society, people who have higher incomes. I don't know why that count, why it even appears that way. It's like, because the thing is I think the people who have a higher income, they're higher in status in some way, but they might be lower in status in other ways, right? Because you might have like tons of money, but if like you don't have a well put together family, it's like that, dude. It's like that's gonna be a rough one, But then I also know poor people who also don't have well put together families, and like, dude, that's fucking rough, Like, I know a lot of guys who it's like their dads are around, but they just don't really care much about them, I know a guy, his dad died and left him $5 in a wallet. That was the only thing he left him, just $5. Nothing else. The fuck do you make of that? You know what I mean? The guy died with $5 left to his name. And it's like, you could look at it whichever way you want, but he left him like everything he had, It was just $5 in his wallet. It's fucking sad, man, But, yeah. Make of it what you will, It's sad. Is it mean? Yeah, I don't know. The guy was like a Hell's Angels guy, right? Not the guy I know, but his dad. So anyway, yeah, just here, Italian Ninja, talking about stuff as we're playing Impoppable on the Nazca Lines. By this video, I finally figured out how to say Nazca, and now I'm not saying Nazarene. I don't know where the fuck I got Nazarene from. I'd have to Google that. I have to Google that just to see. I've been really fascinated the last couple of days about accurate information and where we acquire and get accurate information, right? Because I think it's so easy to bullshit before the internet. Like, also, I think it's easy to bullshit now too because of the internet. Like, if you guys ever have this happen, you could always just say to somebody, like, if you're having a controversial debate with somebody and you go, well, Google it, they might Google it and just go to the website that has the information that they're looking for, right? It says that they're right. And it's like, so really, like, how do you get to the bottom of things? And it's like nuanced conversation. It's pretty much the only way. Nuanced conversation with facts and like, the facts stand up the test of reality. That's like what makes something really a fact, right? Is like, you can throw all sorts of critiques at it from all different angles, and if it holds up to scrutiny, then maybe that's a fact. Maybe it's true, I also don't think just because something is a fact that necessarily makes it true. Maybe those are the same things. I'd have to sit down and think about that one. I might be wrong. Debating was what I was getting at here, though. It was the whole point of all this. I'm fucking tired, but we're gonna get to level 85 here, and I'm gonna get some goddamn sleep because I am hungry. I am tired, but I got on a roll with talking today, and I felt like making some videos. So that's why we're doing this. It's a creator's paradise on YouTube. You can make whatever you want whenever you want, as long as it's not against their guidelines, which I think are fairly reasonable for anything that I'm doing. If anything starts to get weird, I'll fucking let you guys know. Like if they start giving me shit about swearing or, saying anything that I like to say. Like I think I said IQ. IQ is kind of a rough thing in terms of a psychological thing to try to improve, They might imagine YouTube didn't like that I said that. Oh my god, you can't say that low IQ people can't increase their IQ. It's like, I don't know, I'm not saying that. That fucking research is saying that. Like, as far as I know, And I mean, like, it's not like I've read a ton of the research. It's just listen to enough psychologists talking. You kind of figure that out because they say it, That's my thought. But yeah. The world is interesting. The world is an interesting place. We're all just living in it. You guys let me know what it's like from your experience, because I'm curious, If you don't want to tell me, that's okay too. But I do find, just to go back into this game here for a second, because I just totally clicked in. I've been zoned out for pretty much the whole time, just shooting the shit and talking into this little lapel mic. I feel like it's like attached to my nose because it's so goddamn close, and I'm just staring at it for the most part. But what I do want to say is, for anybody who's trying to beat these Impoppable difficulties, balloon traps, man. Balloon traps. It's a top tier upgrade on the Monkey Engineer. You want to get it to a 4. Honestly, you don't even need to buy the lower upgrades at all. Just get it to a 4.0. And your balloon trap pops up, and then when big swaths of balloons walk by, or trudge by, or float by, or whatever you want to call it when they go by, click on it and you'll get some cash. They're pretty useful for getting big swaths of cash. I think I got 2 Apache Dart ships here, which, by the way, are extremely helpful in defeating these games. I'm starting to like these the freaking Monkey Ace 2, the airplane. I'm liking the airplane shit too. I like a lot of these. So there's been a lot of units in this game. My discovery of different elements of this game has been it's been tumultuous, which, I mean, it's just a fancy way of saying difficult for whatever reason. There's a word I fucking read last night. Word of the day. Sublius. Oh fuck, there's one you guys will like. Optimus? Okay. Like Optimus Prime and shit, but like just the word Optimus. That word translated from Latin to English is the best. That's the translation. The best. Optimus. The best. Right? I mean, it probably comes from like optimal, right? Optimals be like top tier. But Optimus, the word, actually translates directly from Latin to English, and it's the best. That's just fucking like, I don't know. I just really like it. Put a bunch of pieces together for me last night when I was reading that, and I'm like, what? And I think it was reading about Roman emperors. So that's the 5 great emperors. There was 5 great emperors in a row after Nero, I think. They ended with Marcus Aurelius, if anybody's interested in that type of stuff. A very interesting read of his book Meditations, if you guys are interested in that kind of stuff. Stoic philosophy. I mean, the guy, at the time, it's not like he fucking knew he was a stoic. Stoic? Stoichiometry? I think that's a fucking chemistry thing, stoichiometry. I think that's actually where I got that, because that's how it's spelt in stoichiometry as well, is spelt the exact same way as stoic. So Stoic. But all I was getting at is that I don't think Marcus Aurelius knew he was a stoic. I think he just was being him, right? He was the emperor of, well, the most powerful nation in the world. Like unequivocal There wasn't anybody who even competed as far as we know, you know? I mean, I don't know for sure at that time. I'd have to look into it, see the rest of the world at that time, but like nobody was trying to challenge them, you know? Holy Roman Empire was like no joke, right? If you think about it, what ended up happening that everything, the Holy Roman Empire ended up shrinking, and now we have like the Vatican, you know, Vatican City, just like a little tiny spot on the inside of Rome. The fuck is that, you know? I don't know. I gotta research these things a little bit more. These things interest the shit out of me. I hope they interest you guys too. I hope they interest you guys too. Sorry, I think I paused it and then I couldn't remember if I said that or not. So just restarting it now. But there you go. I beat Impoppable on the Nazca Lines. I just end up letting this stuff play out. So it's already defeated, but you know, I think I usually just try to see how much money I can collect, and it kind of tests how good your setup is, right? But you could easily buy more stuff if you wanted to. Ended up upgrading that monkey ace all the way to, I think its top tier is like, I think it's a 4 something, 4-2, I think is what I ended up upgrading it to, instead of it would have been the other way would have been a 2-4. But balloon traps, boys. Balloon traps, boys. If you're trying to beat Impoppable, balloon traps, no joke. Balloon traps and monkey villages are super essential. Keep your units within the monkey village radius and upgrade the balloon traps, not as soon as possible, but you know, make sure you have your good base units like monkey ninja, monkey apprentice, and balloon chipper, obviously, to get to 45. But other than that, you know, I've had pretty fun. I've been enjoying this series, so I hope you guys are enjoying it too. Let me know if you are, and if you're not, let me know why not. I don't think I have any restrictions on any of the comments or any of the stuff. So, yeah, I mean, I think negative comments will affect me a lot less now. They would have affected me a lot at the beginning, but I feel a little bit like just fucking whatever. Bring it on, bitch. That's usually that's my mindset right now, you know. But I'm also just fucking exhausted, so maybe that's why my mindset is my mindset. I don't know what I was gonna do there. I think I was just gonna try to put down a super monkey. Do I upgrade this stuff? What am I doing? Dude. Just fucking... Dude. Why am I trying to extend the game? I think I was just trying to see if I could actually get it in there. Normally I don't do this. I just let the game play out. Oh, I put it back? Holy fuck, do I actually... No, I don't. Do I put a super monkey down? Bro, I do. Why? Why do I care so much? Does it even help? Let's see. Let's see how much it helps. I don't think it's going to help that much. Let's just go forward. Oh, I end up losing. I got to lose here. Yeah, I end up losing here, so... No, it doesn't help. Anyway. Round 89. Okay, guys. Come back for the next one. We're going to be moving on to the next map because we defeated the Nazca Lines. All done for now. Bye, guys. Have a good one. Stay safe.